Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are looking at the last episode of Archetypes by Megan. She stated in there that people tried to bury her, but they didn't know that she was a seed. And, you know, that kind of trite stuff. It's very kind of stuff that you'd find on pasted on Mrs. Hinch's wall, isn't it? So we're going to have a look into that and see what that is about, and see if we can find anything more from the cards about that, anything more about her husband's involvement in archetypes, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, of course, and see what, if it's any foreshadowing into the future we can get. Of course, this is for entertainment purposes only, but before I begin and have a look with my cards, if you're new here, please subscribe, hit the like button and share this. It really helps my channel out. If you've been here for a while, thank you so much for your support, guys. It's lovely seeing you so much in the comments. And if you are a member of the Emotional Support Coven, big thanks to you. For £2.99 a month, you can become one of us, yes. And you get extra behind the scenes readings, extra questions you can ask, and a members only live stream and stuff like that. So yeah, it's cool. Come join us. We're nice. Right then. Let's get in. Oh yeah, and the stuff in the description box. Let's get into it. It's very trite, isn't it? They tried to bury me. Who tried to bury you? Is this just foreshadowing? She's going to blame the royal family. They are coming out here, and everything is going to be the royal family's fault with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. The Queen has gone. They're just going to come for the jugular. They are coming for it now. What's crossing them is the Page of Cups in reverse. Okay. They're wanting to come off as good-natured and jolly and young. For some reason, they're both, well, Meghan's over 40, Harry is pushing 40, and they're both fixated on this idea of youth. They want to appeal to the younger generation. They want to show they have wisdom. They want to harness the younger generation, and they're kind of almost like, it's almost like they're gunning for them. That's the audience they want. They want Gen Z to love them, and something's crossing them about that. What is known about the situation? Empress in reverse. People have seen through her. She doesn't want to seem to be cold and cruel, but it's out there. It is out there. You have got Courtiers book by Valentine Lowe. You've got Revenge by Tom Bauer. You've got statements from the bullying stuff. You've got how she treated her first or second, depending on what you believe, Tom Engelson's divorce. You've got all kinds of stuff, and she comes across as this very kind of insincere, quite dull person, to be fair. What's underneath it? Her selling point, her unique USP, is her relationship with Harry. And this, guys, I know everyone's like, oh, Harry will come back to the fold. Harry is going to be fine. He's going to divorce, blah, 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 blah. And I know some of you guys are thinking that Harry has been duped and Harry has been spin, but what I see from the cards, and you can disagree with me, it's perfect fine, we can still get along with her, is that they are in it together, and she's making sure he is just as deep into it as she is, and he is going along with it. Now, is there a lot of devaluation and love bombing? Yes, but this is a relationship where they are quite tied together. They will have trauma bonds. What was leaving the situation is the Tower. So there was a lot of readjusting how she maybe did presented herself in these podcasts, has presented herself to the world. They've had to realign things. They were not expecting, and I strongly believe this, they were not expecting Queen Elizabeth to deteriorate so quickly, so fast. I think everyone who was around her probably had an idea, but I don't think that they thought it would happen so quickly. I think that everyone thought there would be more time. That being said, it is impacted them, and having to make statements like this to come out and to sound like they're victims. Now, there has been something in the paper with this guy who has got an axe to grind. Don't get me wrong, he seems to have to say something about institutions that he was being involved in, and he has turned around and said that there was credible threats against Meghan. Christmas just gone, there was some loon burst into Windsor Castle with a crossbow to kill the Queen, and the Queen was like, oh dear, never mind, you know. And it's just, that happens all the time. Someone tried to shoot Prince Charles. We've had somebody try to abduct Princess Anne. It's not right. It is not right at all, but they are gone after for their status. Now, we are going to be getting all this foreshadowing because this stuff happened to Meghan, and it can only be happened to Meghan, blah, 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 blah. And with the Tower moment, they're trying to realign this trying to realign this interest in them. They've had this, they didn't realise the outpouring of love for the King, for the Prince and Princess of Wales. Even Camilla, not in their wildest dreams did they think Camilla would be accepted as she has been. And this has caused them to reevaluate, and this has caused them to step back and rethink things. But what they're going to go now is they're going to go hard for it. Did I just have a bit of a rant? I think I just had a bit of a rant. Okay, so they're going to, there's this Four of Cups in reverse, and this is showing me that they are going to come out of something looking very petty and looking very spiteful about something. Now, could this be something to do with the... Could this be something to do with the Netflix show that's coming out next month? Well, it's November the 30th now, so that's coming out in a week or so. And there's the Chariot in reverse. So you've got this thing where you've got two things pulling out either side, and there is this very sense of the word that they are kind of chaotic, going in different directions, pulling in different directions, and not knowing what quite the other one's doing. So I think they are going to get caught up in the reins, and they're going to trip themselves up with some of their truth bombs. They are probably going to say, well, this happened, but it's going to be something where the general public going, well, both of those things can't be true at the same time. And this is going to be a little bit of an undoing. I'm not sure what quite it's going to be, but it might be something to do with a legal challenge that they're going through at the moment, because it's not sitting right with them. They've made some legal challenges and it's not going their way for some reason. What's on the mind is the High Priestess. All right. They are going to try and say that the Queen was wonderful, and they've kind of tied Lilibet, their daughter, to the Queen by the name. So they do a lot of stuff by association. So Archwell is going to be, he's going to be this charity guy. He's got Archie's linked to that, archetypes, everything. So they're branding their kids in a way. Not only do they want them to have a title, but they want them to have a brand. And what they're doing with what's on their mind is to put Lilibet out there in this kind of for, you know, she's like the queen, but she's got a pet name, so she's more accessible. It's the queen's pet name. You know, it's just, we had the special relationship with the queen. We could use it. It's that kind of influence. And that's what they're wanting people to focus on, just how well they got on with the queen, because they really, really feel like there is this kind of connection with her. Now, with the Knight of Wands coming in there, there is going to be a lot of, they're going to come across being very, having a bad temper about things. They're going to come across as being like creatively challenging, telling some whoppers, having temper tantrums, not taking what's offered, not taking what's given to them, and seemingly ungrateful. They're also coming in with that Knight of Wands energy, being very fiery, seem very angry, very hot-headed about things, kind of spiteful. So I really feel like with the Knight of Wands, that could be leading up to Harry's book launch, which is very interesting to me. This, to me, is a lot of foreshadowing, and they are going to try and tie up all of the knots with this. Let's have a look and see. But they're going to contradict themselves. They think they've got it in the bag, but they haven't. They always think they have it in the bag, but they haven't. How is this going to affect the royal family? Let's have a look. She likes to say it was a seed. The Queen of Wands negative straight away. They're going to, basically the pivot in kind of Meghan against the royal family. It was Meghan's trauma, blah, blah, blah. They feel like they can't move at the moment with it, with them. They feel like they can't move forward. They feel very like, oh, they just want to, yeah. So we've got the Empress in reverse and the Moon in reverse. They are wise to what's coming. They know that there is going to be shenanigans coming up. They know that there is going to be trouble coming up. Now, this could be to do with the Earthshot prize. This could be just happening at the end of this week. I'm about to do a reading on that today as well. This could be to do with stories in the media, people coming out in the media saying things. They feel like the public are being fed and spun this kind of like deceitful take on things. Like, it's looking at things through with terrible bad faith involved in it. They're kind of looking at things, twisting a narrative to suit their agenda. And they are very aware of that. They have had enough. They do feel stabbed in the back. They do feel like it's time to move on. They're going to get over it. They're going to keep going. What's on their mind? The High Priestess is there. They want to carry on with what the Queen was doing. They're trying to put their best foot forward, bless them. They're trying to keep going. They're trying to just keep it moving as a collective, I guess. But they are not, look, there we have the Lovers. They realise what's going to come up is this relationship with Harry and Meghan. What do they feel they're coming for? There is something here on their mind, and it's regarding Catherine, Princess of Wales. Catherine being an earth sign. This is an earth sign. This is somebody who's very affluent, very giving, very gracious. They realise that they hold her in a positive light, and other people are going to come out and say some stuff because we have got the Five of Swords surrounding her. And they do realise that there's going to be a lot of Harry and Meghan, a lot of the couples, a lot of William and Catherine as well. What they're worried about is deceit. What they're worried about is control. What they're worried about is manipulation, cruelty, callousness, people lying, barefaced lies, lies that do harm, lies that get people in bother, lies that are criminal. That's what they're worried about. Aha, that's good. But there is going to be a better start for them. So I don't feel like all of the stuff that Harry and Meghan are going to throw at them is going to stick. Because we've got the lovers there. Now that could be positive with William and Catherine. That could just be like people focusing on them. But with the Ace of Pentacles, this could be around the coronation. But with the Knight of Wands there. So we've got the Knight of Wands there coming up for the end. And I feel like that's, like I say, that's around the spare book and all this, like accusations and stuff in there. But nothing's going to fit. Nothing's going to hit. Like, there's not going to, like, all of the bombshells are going to be like, they're going to miss the mark. They're not going to be as impactful as people wanted them to be, or as they wanted them to be. It's not going to land as well. So yeah, they do worry about Catherine, because I feel like the royal family knows that there is a mark on Catherine from these two. Definitely a mark on Prince William, but they've really, for some reason, Catherine's the biggest threat. Possibly because she's very popular in the UK. So, yeah, and might take that coveted Diana card. Why be that when you can just be your own person? And I think, and I really think that's what Catherine is, her own person. So yeah, there we go. That's what I can see in the cards. What do you think? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did get a bit passionate there at the start. Might have had too many coffees. But yeah, so thank you very much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and please like, share, subscribe, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Bye everyone.